Today we're going to be talking about trying to conceive. Yes. For some people, trying to conceive is like this. Like this, they just go do the thing, the next thing they are pregnant. For some others, they have to work their ass out. Have to do what? Work their ass out, and it's really not easy. But today I'm focusing on women who are in their 30s or over 30s. Disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor. I am not a medical practitioner in any way. The tips I'm going to be sharing with you people today are really based off of my own experience, things I was told in the hospital when I was, in that journey. And I will say that some of those things added up and helped me to conceive my baby eventually. If you're interested in those tips, you definitely want to keep on watching. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chiagozie. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome again. So today, you guys, I know that most of these my sit down videos, people will just not watch it. Some people prefer to watch my vlogs and to see what is happening in my life, but I will keep on making sit down videos because I feel that is where I talk about things that I really do want to talk about. And so today, let us talk about trying to conceive. Trying to conceive, honestly, is one of those phases that I can't really explain it. Probably you have to experience it yourself for you to totally understand how emotionally exhausting it can be. I know that, of course, biology says man meets woman, egg meets sperm, and pum, you're pregnant. But sometimes it's not that easy and straightforward. Actually, women are born with a finite number of eggs. So what that means is that there is a time where you start to release eggs, a particular age, and there is an age, or there is an age where you stop to release eggs. It is constant. You start at a particular point and you stop at a particular point. Okay, what that means is that as you age, the quantity of eggs that you release actually reduces. The quality of the eggs as well also reduces. So that being said, if you're having difficulty trying to conceive, medically what that means is that if you have tried to conceive for over a year and you are within the age of 35 and below, or you have tried to conceive for 6 months and you are within the age of 35 and above, that is when you are considered as somebody who is having difficulty in conceiving. So for me, basically, I'm over 30 years of age, and I have been in that situation where I would say I was finding difficult to conceive, even though for me there was a particular named issue that I was dealing with. But yeah, we were still all categorized into people who were dealing with infertility at that point. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing the tips that could help you to boost your fertility. The very first tip I'm going to be sharing is your weight. Some women don't know that when they are overweight or when they are underweight, that it could actually affect their cycle. It can affect your ovulation. In some months, you may not even ovulate. You might just have your period and you're actually not ovulating. And so your weight plays a very vital role in your journey of conception or in your journey of trying to conceive, okay? And by being overweight, some people don't even know that they are overweight as well. Obesity is not when you see somebody that is really, really large. Obesity is actually measured by your BMI, which is your body mass index. So what that means is that your weight against your height, or your height against your weight. So if you're a particular height, there's a particular weight that you should be on. You can see somebody and the person looks normal, and well, actually the person is actually obese. So you want to visit your hospital, talk to your doctor, and be sure that you are not overweight, and also be sure that you are not underweight. If you're overweight, then maybe you may want to start with trying to cut down on the weight and trying to lose. The next thing is your diet. You would want to make sure that you're eating healthy. A lot of us are not eating healthy, including myself. That's just the truth. We're not eating healthy not because we cannot afford to eat good food, though. We cannot afford to buy good food, though, but because we like junk. We like to eat unhealthy food. Unhealthy food is sweet. Those of us that have sweet tooth, we like to eat sweet chocolate, biscuit, ice cream. We'll forget the actual good things that we're supposed to eat. So food that are rich in folic acid, folates, like vegetables, fruits, non-saturated fats, are the things that we should focus on if we are trying to conceive. And you also need to carry your partner along, because at the end of the day, it doesn't take just one person to conceive. It takes two human beings, a male and a female, to actually conceive. So as you're getting your diet in check, you're also getting your partner's diet in check. And as you're also getting your weight in check, I forgot to mention that earlier, you also need to get your partner's weight in check, because being overweight in both gender or in both sexes actually affects your chances of conception. So your weight is the first thing. The second thing is your diet. You need to check what you eat and be sure that you're eating healthy. My next tip is for the women. We need to check our cycle. Oh, this thing happened to me. Really, like, you may think that you know your cycle, but at the end of the day, you're doing it all wrong. You are doing it all wrong, my dear sister. This thing happened to me, honestly. Like, when I first got married and I was trying to conceive, I didn't have my first child like immediately. It took me a while. It took me like 1 year, one whole year of, trying to conceive and everything, and it just didn't work out. And it was until I now went to the hospital. I started going to the hospital to like check everything and be sure that everything was fine, that I now realized that I was actually doing it all wrong. When they say that somebody's cycle is 30 days or 28 days and blah, do you know what I was thinking? I was thinking what that meant is that you start counting from the first day, like the last day of your period. Like, once your period stops, so let's say my period stops today, you start counting day 1, day 2. I did not know I was doing it all wrong. And yeah, it might be embarrassing for you to admit that you were doing it all wrong, but it's not embarrassing for me, because it happened to me and I learned. So it wasn't until I started going to hospital that I realized that, oh my goodness, I was calculating wrongly. And so what that meant was that I was SEXING. I don't know if YouTube can allow me to use that word, but just to be on the safe side, okay, before they take down my video. I was doing that. I was, meeting my husband at the time that was wrong. We were just getting it all wrong, totally. And so it is very, very important for you as a woman to actually understand what it means by calculating your cycle, knowing the first day of your cycle. So the first day of your cycle is actually the first day you see your period, and you start counting it like that. Fortunately for us, there are so many apps out there now that can actually help you to track your cycle, that can actually help you to know when is your fertile period and when is your non-fertile period, your safe period, and so on and so forth. But yeah, you need to actually start to track your period. And again, you're already in your 30s, and probably if you think you knew your body at some point, maybe when you were in your 20s, your cycle actually changes over time. And so now that you're in 30s, it's possible that when you ovulate has actually changed. And so you need to get these things into place, get the app. There are also some ovulation kits out there that you can also use to be sure that you are doing the do when do, okay? Because it is one thing for you to be praying to God and to be doing everything, and then at the end of the day, you get the timing wrong. Nature has just made it this way that there is only a particular window when you can actually get pregnant, and that window is your ovulation window, okay? So any other time that you are doing the do outside this ovulation window, you're just wasting your time, except maybe, of course, God, miracle, and everything. But scientifically and medically, there is a window, right? And you need to know your period, you need to know your cycle, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. If you would like to know more on how to know your cycle, there are articles on the internet. You can also let me know in the comment section. I can help you with that. There are also a lot of applications out there that will also help you to track your cycle and to track your period, and to be sure, and track your ovulation rather, and to be sure that you are, as at when due. All right. My next tip is for you to have sex. I don't know if YouTube will allow me. It's for you to have sex every other day. Every other day means once in 2 days, okay? If you're trying to conceive in your 30s, aim at getting busy every other day. You guys, this is not even a time for you to say, hey, well, I'm tired. Hey, well, I'm not in the mood. Trying to conceive is a very, very, very funny phase. There is limited time. You're working with time. You cannot afford to say you're tired. You cannot afford to say you're not in the mood. That mood must come out there and then. That mood, by 5 by force, you must be in the mood though. Because if you say you're not in the mood, is God going to come down from heaven and put baby inside your stomach? Are you now going to have immaculate conception? I doubt that. I seriously doubt that. So You have to have energy. You have to have what? Energy. Once in 2 days. It is not open for conversation. It is not open for argument. It is just once in 2 days, because already age-wise and medically they said that our fertility is declining by the age. It's not me that said it. By age 30 and above, your fertility is declining. So you need to double up the work. If your younger counterpart is doing it once in a month and they're getting pregnant, you cannot come out. You cannot afford to say that you stay there and be looking. So you have to get busy. Once in 2 days is the goal. This is a serious topic, but I'm also trying my best not to make it sound so serious. I'm just so that anybody that is watching this thing will at least have a good laugh while they're watching it and while they're also taking notes. Okay, so and that leads me to the next tip, and that is for you to rethink your exercise routine. See, at this point, if you had zero exercise routine, by that, like, you were never exercising, not even mild walking or just something like 10 minutes of exercise, if you were not doing that, this is a time for you to actually start. And if you're also been exercising and you had been doing intensive exercising, this is also the time for you to reduce that. So one time that I went to the hospital, I was asked if I do strenuous exercises, and I said no. And they asked if I even exercise at all, and I said yes. So I asked why, what does exercise have to do with conception? And the doctor explained to me that you need to exercise. Moderate amount of exercise is actually good to help with the blood flow and the blood circulation and all that. But at the same time, strenuous exercise can also affect your ovulation as well. So 2 things: if you are on the high side, if you're overdoing the exercise thing, cut it down. On the other side, if you're not even exercising at all, you need to actually start a small, like a moderate exercise routine, because like I said, you need to be getting busy every 2 days. And if you don't have stamina every 2 days, maybe when they touch you say, yeah, you don't have energy. You cannot afford to say you don't have energy. All right, so yes, rethink your exercise routine. So the next tip is for you to also reduce the stress. This may sound cliche, but it is true. When you are trying to conceive, that is when the whole stress in this world is lying on your head, is lying on your shoulder. That is when you cannot sleep. That is when any pararam you think, oh my goodness, you are thinking this one, thinking that one. But this is actually the time for you to distress yourself. Whatever it is that you do that helps you to relieve the stress, yeah, this is the time for you to start doing them. Distress yourself, because if you're thinking too much about trying to conceive and you develop, let's say, high blood pressure and conception do not go hand in hand. They say it, even to me, people were telling me then, remove your mind from it. That thing works. That thing, it is true. It is when you now stop thinking so much, when you feel, okay, as a human being, you have done everything that you're supposed to do, you now relax and just enjoy yourself with your husband. You understand? Just enjoy yourself and actually remove your mind from. I heard that a lot. I don't think about it too much. Remove your mind from it. This one, that one. And honestly, it was when I least expected. Even the surgery I was supposed to go for, I did not even go for it again. And pew, God just blessed me. And I feel it was at the time that, it was at the time that I had already removed my mind. I was really calm about it. I was really taking things easy. And I also had this same experience with my son as well, because with my son, that's my first child, I didn't conceive immediately. It wasn't my daughter that she even came when I was not planning. I wasn't planning to get pregnant when I had her. It was only my son that, with my son, it took me a bit of a time, and I kept on hearing, oh, you just got married, even though it was like 1 year plus. So, or everybody was like, oh, my mind was like, that 1 year looked like 10 years, But people kept on telling me, remove your mind, calm yourself down, and everything. And to be honest, it was when I wasn't even thinking about it. I actually got a job. I just got a job with Diamond Bank that year. That was when I was getting ready for training school, how to just, focus on doing well in the training school and passing my exams there, and God just blessed me. My mind was not even on conception. Likewise, this particular pregnancy, if you don't know, if you're new here, I'm actually pregnant. Let me show you my womb. So yeah, you will hear take your mind away from it a lot. And to be honest, at the end of the day, it is actually true. When you distress yourself, take care of yourself, make sure you have done everything that you're supposed to do, you find out that is when it will click for you. Don't stress yourself, okay? Because pregnancy is for the living. You have to be alive for you to actually be pregnant. If you now use thinking and finish yourself and develop high blood pressure, how are you going to conceive? So yes, I know you have heard it a million times, but hear it again. Actually take away all forms of stress. These are the things that I was told. These are the tips that I was told. I put all these things into practice. I did everything. And of course, if you're a Christian or if you believe in a superior being, you definitely want to also pray about it, hand everything over to God. And because God at the end of the day is the one that will give you babies. He's the one that will bless you. He's the one that will, bring all these tips. When you have put all of them into practice, he will now come and bless all your effort with success, is it not? So you also need to, inculcate a good prayer life, pray about it, hand over everything to God. And while you're doing that, also go and register in a fertility hospital, because like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a medical practitioner. These are just from my own experience, what I was told in the hospital, and I wanted to come in and share. So when you've done all these things, you've put everything into the hands of God, still go and register in a fertility hospital and get the medical help and the medical aid that you may need. And so you guys, these are my tips for you. These are, like I said, of my own experience, and I wanted to come in here today and share it with you people. And I hope this video is helpful to somebody out there. I hope you pick a thing or two. If you know somebody who this video might be helpful to, please consider sharing it and sharing this video to the person or to the groups of people. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, you are highly welcome. Okay, at this point I would say, if you have watched this video to this point, please click on that red subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Okay, it is absolutely free. I don't do just pregnancy related videos. I'm doing that because right now I am pregnant. Yes, I'm pregnant right now, and so most of the things going on in my life has to do with pregnancy and pregnancy related and stuff like that. I also do vlogs, but generally my channel is about my lifestyle. I'm a lifestyle vlogger. I share my life as a 9-to-5 mom, as an entrepreneur, and as a woman that just likes to slay. Okay, so if you like those kind of content, you would enjoy it in this channel. So that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do give this video a thumbs up, share it like I said, leave me a nice comment in the comment section, and we are gonna see again in my next video. Bye.